Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the X Report. I'm your host, Ali, XSM or X, whatever's easier for you. As you can see, I'm still without a co-host, but I do have my plasma helping me out today, which is pretty cool. On tonight's episode, we will be covering Shadowloo Night Live Round 9. So stick around to find out what happened. Alright, so let's kick it off with Street Fighter X Tekken. In third place, we had Burnout using Team Korea, which is Hurang and Jury. So well done to him making third place. I think he's made third place before, but only in teams when he teamed up with Somniac. Speaking of which, he had to beat Somniac to get into the top 3. So well done to that, because Somniac's no slouch in this game. In second place, we have Carnage using Ryu and Sagat. Carnage finished third last week, so a step up for him, finishing in second place. Naruga, who finished second place last week, was absent, so no Naruga this time. In first place, we have Toxie using Ryu and Relento. Toxie was sent to the losers by Carnage, but made it back in Toxie fashion to beat Carnage back-to-back. I think it was like straight sets, 2-0, 2-0. So well done to Toxie on not only making it out of losers, but winning Street Fighter X Tekken and Shadowloo Night Live back-to-back. But shoutouts to Carnage for sending Toxie to losers. That's no easy task. Toxie, of course, using Ryu, Relento. Other known fighters using that team right now are Human Bomb from Hong Kong and Infiltration from Korea. So it's going to be interesting to see if they stick with that team or they change it up a little bit. But as you can see, top two players both using Ryu. Ryu, very solid in this game. Alright, moving on to Street Fighter 4. Now, even though Street Fighter X Tekken was recently released, Street Fighter 4 is still doing very well. And great to see people are still turning up to fight in Street Fighter 4. Alright, time for top 3. In third place, we have Mr. Dictator himself, Somniac, making it back into the top 3 last week, missing out. So well done to Somniac, using Dictator, or also known as M. Bison or Vega, depending where you're from. In second place, we have Firo using Guy. Firo's been using Guy since we've known him, and he's almost perfected his Guy playstyle, and it's kept him consistent. So well done on another second place, almost making it first, but he had to get through Toxie, who finished in first place using Akuma. So there's your top 3. Jeff, aka Basemaster, who won last week, was also absent, so he couldn't defend his crown, and Toxie made sure that this time he's not going to lose and took out first place. Now, moving on to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is very, very interesting this week because Toxie did not make it into top 3 this week. I think this is the first time Toxie hasn't made it into top 3 for Ultimate Marvel, or I think Marvel in general since we started at SNL. The person to beat him, and who also finished in third place, Mr. Gabnito. Well done to Gab, using the team of Wesker, Magneto, and Virgil. Probably not in that order. I think he finishes off with Magneto. But, you know, very well done to him. Somniac, who finished in second place, taking out Gabnito, but also the person who sent Toxie to losers in the first place. Toxie was hoping to run it back, but probably underestimated Gabnito a little bit and yeah, ate a few X factors, and that's it for Toxie's tournament. So well done to both those guys for ending the reign of Shadowloo Toxie in Marvel. Somniac using, of course, his team that he's been using for a while of Wesker, Dr. Doom, and Dormammu. Also not in that order. I think he finishes off with Doom. Alright, in first place, we have Ant-Man going back-to-back at SNL events with his team of Wesker, Virgil, and Hawkeye. I believe I got that team order right this time. So well done to Ant-Man, looking very dominant in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, coming up to Shadowloo Showdown in May. Also, want to give a shout out to Team Bugs, or TB Roscoe, who made it top 8 for the first time. Well done to Roscoe. Hopefully we'll see him keep up the Marvel training. Fish, I know you're watching this. Usually constant top 3, now barely making top 8. You got to step it up. You use 0, you have no excuse. If you noticed, top 4 this week at SNL for Ultimate Marvel all use Wesker. Now, I'm not saying Wesker is overpowered, but it's very helpful to have him on your team. So if you're thinking about changing teams, consider Wesker. And finally, at this week's SNL, we had SoulCalibur V. We had a new winner this week, but we'll get to that. Top 3. In third place, Alex MD, who has won the last 2, but only managed to get third place this week using Mitsurugi. In second place, we have Eclair using Lexia, a very consistent, or one of the most consistent players in the Melbourne SoulCalibur communities. Not good enough to get first place this week, though, getting beaten out by Woody using Yoshimitsu. Now, Woody has finished top 4 quite often at SNL events, but finally made it to first place in SoulCalibur V. We had an interview with him, which you can check out on this channel to see what he's done differently, how he's trained to make it from 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and now finally first place. Let's see if he can actually keep it up, though. But yeah, definitely check out that interview. And also, don't forget that the Soul Symphony event coming up this weekend, Saturday, March 31st, hosted by the Couch Warriors guys. You can check it out in the description below for more details. It's going to be a big SoulCalibur tournament. If you win, you can be up on stage with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. I don't know if I said that right. Probably did, probably didn't. But yeah, it's a pretty big event for SoulCalibur players. So if you're a SoulCalibur player, definitely check that out. Lastly, we have some upcoming events for this week. First off is the Box Hill 2v2 Street Fighter 4 tournament at Box Hill Timeout Arcade on Station Street in Box Hill. You can also check that in the description box below. And of course, like I mentioned before, Couch Warriors is on this weekend. Again, link is in the description box. If you haven't registered for Shadowloo Showdown 2012 yet, you can still do that. And if you're one of the first 100, you go into the running to win a pretty cool custom-made stick by Boss Logic. Registration link is also in the description box below, so get clicking. Also, you can come to Melbourne events and ask for myself, and you can register in person. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode. In the next episode, we should be covering the Box Hill event and the Couch Warriors event. Either they're going to be separate or together, not sure yet, but check those out, and hopefully you guys actually come down to these events. Anyway, leave your comments below. Let me know how I did. And a shout out to everyone who's been retweeting, sharing, and letting others know about this show. Really appreciate it. You guys are the best. I love you.